Is mine working? Volume and that one. Right, that's on. Okay. The links. Here we go. Let's see who's joined us today. Not a problem if not many people join, but that's fine. We'll see what happens. Right. 11 watching. Right, okay. Yes, I see I'm on. Just give us 2 seconds. I'm just sorting some. Here we go. Right, I want this over here. And this can go. This can also go. Right. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting my screen set up. Right. Okay. So I've got a few people in now. So yeah, I'll just ask how everyone's doing at the moment. Is everyone good? Happy? Not sure what's happening with my screen here. Right, there we go. Let's see that now. Evening, Miko. How are you doing? All right, okay. Good, good. All right. Oh, sorry, I've just been in the middle of an email. I just got an email from a guy from a magazine who wants to use one of our quotes from Mike Dozer's interview for a magazine. So that'll be great. And he's going to give us a few giveaways, actually, a few magazines he's writing for that article. So that'll be good for you guys because they're all going to be prizes for giveaways. So that should be good on the F15 and on the F16. So look forward to receiving them and giving them away to some of you lucky guys. Thanks, Raiden. Yeah, good, good. Up tonight, I just thought I'd chat with you guys because I haven't chatted for a while. We haven't had a live Q&A for a while, just due to being busy and everyone else's timetable. But I'm all good, and my girlfriend's away. She's flying at the moment. She's in Orlando. She'll probably, yeah, Orlando. So I have a couple of days to myself. So I thought I would chat with you guys and tell you what's coming up, what we have. I've got my little board here, which I do every day now. It's easier than writing on paper for me, so that's what I do. Hi, John. So yeah. Sorry, just checking my phone. So yeah, so I'll tell you what's coming up. So on the 16th of this month, we have John Hutchinson on the 747, which I'm really looking forward to because there's a really good story involving Tommy Cooper. And if you don't know who Tommy Cooper is, he's an old school British comedian, and I'm sure you'll like that story. And it gives a good insight into the 747, the 707, and the VC-10. And it's always great to catch up with John. He's always a nice guy, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen from the video. He's just really humble, down to earth. And yeah. And then on the 30th, the end of this month, the last day of this month, we have Michael Kander on the Pave Hawk. That'll be coming out. Again, really, really nice guy. He really knows his stuff on helicopters. So for you rotary wing fans, that should be good. And then on the 14th of next month, which will be October, we have Paddy O'Flynn on the Spitfire and Hurricane. We filmed that at Dave Gledhill's, F3 sim. We did a video of that probably about a year ago or something. And that's really good. We get him in the sim and he flies an old display in the Spitfire because Dave has the Spitfire sim set up in the F3 sim. So that was good, and that'll be in the video. And then we've also, I don't know if many of you guys know, I'm sure you probably do, but I've been in talks with Cliff Spink. He's former Air Marshal of the RAF. He's agreed to an interview. We're just deciding on locations and timings at the moment. And Cliff, we're not going to do it on a specific type because Cliff has had such a great career. So we're just going to do it on his story. He's flew everything from the Gnat, the Hunter, right up to the Hercules, Tornado. So it's going to be a great interview. And he currently flies the Spitfire out at Duxford, the two-seaters, and he takes people up on trips. So that'll be absolutely great. We're hoping to do it this Friday, which is the 7th, but that's not guaranteed yet. But yeah, that's an exclusive. I haven't told anyone else on our social media pages like Twitter or Facebook yet. So that's going to be really fun if we do get to film with the Spitfire. And then I'm trying to also get a Huey pilot from Vietnam area. A guy emailed me about a week ago, and he's a fan of the channel. And he said his dad used to fly Hueys in Vietnam. So that'll be quite an interesting one. Again, that'll be Skype, obviously, because I think he's based in America. And also, I've been talking to Javier Sanchez. I'm sure you remember his interview, Skype interview from a while ago. He flies the Spanish F-18 Hornet. And I would love to go and interview him in person out in Spain using the Hornet as a backdrop. So I've emailed him recently, seeing if it's possible to go in January or February time. And I'm just waiting to hear back from Javi, see if it's okay. But I'll probably have to go through the base. But he said it shouldn't be any problem, which would be absolutely amazing. Then we can have a tour of the Hornet, the Spanish Hornet. So that'll be very interesting. And yeah, that's my thoughts at the moment. And also, I want to get more women aircrew involved because I think we're quite lacking in that sense. So I've got a few people in mind. I don't want to say names yet, but yeah, I might email a few people in the next few days and see if we can have any success for that. So that's going to be really interesting. But yeah, we've definitely got three interviews ready to go out in the next couple of weeks and stuff like that. So no shortage of footage for you guys. And yeah, what else? Jim Richardson on the VC10. I got an email from him probably about a week ago. He's had some other issues going on, but he still agreed to it. He's the one who flew. He has a speed record from the UK to Australia, I think, in the VC10. Still holds the record to this day, I think. So he still agreed, but haven't set a date for that. So we do have a lot in the works, and that should be very interesting. So a lot coming up, and I'm just going to read a few of the comments in the side here. So what do we have? Right, okay. Did you come across a famous USA call sign Spanky? No, I didn't. He has commented on Robert Hiles' interview. He's in the comments somewhere, so you can probably find him. Do we know John Mollison? He lives here. No, I don't. I don't know him. No. Wouldn't it be awesome to get one of those? Yeah, that would be really cool. I think a few of them actually are interested. I think David Baranek might be interested in terms of the DCS thing. He did. I was watching it the other day. You can check it out. He was talking with two guys. I think he runs something like that, and they were talking about flight simulators. So maybe check that out. Just type in David Baranek, and there's an interview. There's him on one side and two guys on one, and there's just a table, and they chat about flight sims. So that might be up for you, and it was a good watch. Yeah, Cliff Spink. Yeah, he did. Yes, it'd be interesting. He's a really nice guy. Cliff. He was just. I actually, when I was with John Hutchinson after our interview recently on the 747, we were just chatting, and because we talked about his Spitfire. I think it was his 80th birthday. Might be wrong for that, but he got a trip in the Spitfire, and Cliff took him up. And then after the interview, we went back to the hut where it was, Duxford Aviation Society's hut. And we were just chatting, and I said, "Oh, Cliff seems like a really good guy to interview." And he said, "I'm friends with him." And he said, "Right, I'll send you the email." He sent me the email the next day, actually, with his contact details. And Cliff said, "Yep, happy to speak." And we've been speaking, a couple of times. And he said, "Yeah, more than happy to do the interview. It's just a case of time and place, really." So hopefully in the next couple of days, we'll hear something. So that'll be absolutely great because his career's, well, no words can really describe it, but brilliant. I flew with a guy in the airlines that flew Huey's and yeah, I mean the Hueys have always interested me, especially in Vietnam. So I think that will be a really good interview, and hopefully it can happen. I think he's an older gentleman, so it'll be Skype, so it'll be maybe a bit more difficult trying to set everything up, but I'm sure we can figure it out. John, yeah, that makes one interesting interview. Yeah. What else? Oh, you're welcome, Matt. Another Q&A with Jeff. I'm sure Jeff would love to, actually. And I actually got an email off a guy 2 days ago. I think he was also ex F111 pilot. I think a bit older than Jeff, and they were on the base in Lakenheath, I think, at the same Upper Hayford at the same time. And they both didn't know each other, but they crossed paths. So I got them in touch. So hopefully they can kind of chat. It was a very interesting email. Let's say that. But yeah, Jeff will definitely come back on the show. I mean, he's always got loads to say, and I know you guys love him. We'll have to get some more American part. Yeah, F16, F15. Yeah, well, look, I mean, I would love to do more F15, F16 guys in person, but it's really hard to get them guys to talk because, I mean, they're still active, especially at Lakenheath. So it's difficult to try and pry them out. I did email Lakenheath and I got nothing back. So I'm guessing that's probably a no, but that's fine. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Just watch them again. Yeah. Filthy was a good guy. I mean, yeah, he was an interesting guy. Had lots to tell, and yeah, very strange path going from the F4 to flying the F14 and F18 on the test squadron, which was mint to hear about. Arthur Williams interview. Oh, thanks, Philip. Yeah, Arthur was really nice. Arthur was a good guy. Apart from after I interviewed Arthur, he said, right, we'll go to the clubhouse because we filmed at Bidford. He was like, you have to try an Eccles cake, and I've never had an Eccles cake before. And if you want to die of diabetes, get one of those because it's just pure sugar. I had about 3 or 4 bites and I was like, I can't eat it. And Arthur ate the rest. He was like, right, I'll have it. So that was good. And we had a good chat, and yeah, really nice chap. And he's hoping for a second series. And if he does get a second series, I think we'll do another interview with him because he's a nice guy. And I think he promotes you can tell his enthusiasm for the, general aviation. So it'd be great to get him back on. Surprised that one didn't do as well as it did, but I know you guys all love the fast jets, so that's kind of what it is. Do you know Dale Snodgrass? I don't know Dale. I know a few people who do know him, but I haven't really thought of contacting him or anything like that. But yeah, it'd be great for an interview, especially his famous, I think it was his carrier flyby, very low. That was great. It's not chat with this. No Spanish F-18s. Yeah. I mean, there's an ex. I think she's F-15E. I've seen her about on social media, kind of, but I haven't had the courage to contact her yet. But that'll be a great interview just to get some females on the channel, I think, just to give their perspective. I mean, they're going to be the same as the guys, but it'd be just nice to get like a mixed, gender up there. And because I think our main audience, are about 98, 99% male. So I would love to get some more females involved and into aviation or enjoy our interviews. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge because I only know a few. I only follow a few on Twitter, and I know maybe 1 or 2 that might do the interview. So that could be a challenge. But if you have any suggestions or contacts, send them my way. And at Aircrew Interview at gmail.com. Send me anything like that you have contacts for, and I'll be happy with that. An arm wrestle between an F-15 and F-14 pilot. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know how that would go, but I'm sure there'd be a lot of competition in that. So yeah, and hopefully next year I want to go to Sweden. Hopefully, Miko, if you're watching, yeah, we can start organising that, because I found that our foreign interviews, when we go to Germany and obviously Finland, them interviews do really well because they're a bit, what's the word for it really? A bit more scarce online, especially video interviews. I mean, I've seen a few interviews of Aircrew, but they were all in Finnish, so I couldn't really understand, and they were very short. So hopefully I can get more, you know, Swedish guys, French guys, and even Swiss. I would love to have a Swiss F-15 pilot. I mean, that would be brilliant. The likelihood of that happening, I don't know, because it's all about contacts then, because I don't know who to cold call. Yeah, the Vigan, that'd be great. What else would I like to do? I mean, name some jets in the comments that you guys would like to see, because I'm trying to put a list together, you know, for the end of this year to next year, so I can get sort of planning. So let me know what you would like to see. Oh, by the way, this is my Aircrew Interview cup. My girlfriend bought it for me. C-17, yeah, I think that'll be possible. Yeah, Saab Gripman, yeah, that could be possible as well. But the thing is with these, I guess, like, so the Saab Gripen, I would love to do that in person rather than a Skype interview. So that would take a lot of organising, and I think I would probably have to go through, if I wanted to film with a Gripen anyway, I would have to go through the Swedish military, I think, and I'm guessing that'd be very, very difficult, but always a possibility. F-105 would love that. SR-71, Tim, I've already done one, so check that out on the channel, and that was an interesting interview. Tanker pilots, yeah, I would love to do one on the Voyager. I think that would be brilliant, but I don't know. I don't know how likely that would be. More Jags. Yeah, Kip. Everyone loves the Jags, so yeah, I would love to do more Jags. And you're not kidding either. Hungarian, yeah, the Hungarians. They're probably a bit more easy to get into, I think, than the Swedish military. So maybe that. No, former Dutch F-27 player. F-27. Not sure what that is. You test pilot, ask them what planes they haven't flown. Yeah, that's true. Mirage 2000. Yeah, I would love that. I mean, I did a bit of the Mirage 2000 with Ian Black, but that wasn't the focus. The focus on that interview was the Lightning. But yeah, I would love to do a proper interview with that. Maybe I can talk to Ian and he can help me out, but I don't know. Oh, fuck, F-27. Yeah. Let's see here. VC-10. Yeah, I'm trying to get a VC-10. Everyone loves the Jags, Kip. Can't go wrong with them. Did anyone, oh yeah, in the comments, did anyone watch Kip's, well, our interview with Kip on the gyrocopter and my flight with him? When he let me do the circuit, that was pretty brilliant. And that I was, yeah. I want to do that again, Kip, next year sometime. Yeah. That's all, Rafael. Yeah, that'd be a great interview. Again, I don't know how difficult that would be, but then I've had Roger Cruikshank, who flew the Typhoon, and that was surprisingly easy to get him to be interviewed, which I was thinking I was going to have to go through the RAF and everything. He's like, "No, we'll just come to Newark and interview me." I was like, "Right, great." So that was a bit of a shock, but great. Still saving for a flight. I think you got another possibility there, Kip, from Tech Gamer 45. South African Air Force. What is it? Their Mirage 3s, they call it. Is it the Cheetah? I think they call them, their version. But surely that can't be very capable at this point in time. Right. A10 pilot. Yeah, I was in contact with someone regarding an A10 pilot. I think they were based over here in the late 70s, maybe 80s. I think Brent Waters, I can't remember what it's called. And yeah, it kind of just fell through. We had this long going email string going, and unfortunately, the guy who was supposed to interview, I think he got ill, or he wasn't really into it, so that's kind of fell through. But again, because there's an A10 in the UK, I would love to film it in person. So hopefully we can, source another pilot somewhere in the UK to get down to Brent Waters and film there, because it'd be great to film in person and also have a tour of the A10. Yeah, maybe something a little more left field. EF111. Yeah, EF111 would be great. EA6. Marcus Harris actually talked to me. He emailed me maybe a month ago, and he says he has plenty of people for me to interview. Again, there'll be Skype, but yeah, I think he could probably put me in touch with someone who flew the ES6B and probably the EF111 as well. So that'd be great. AWACS crew. Yeah, I've talked to an AWACS crew. Neil Farrell, also known as Faz. He flies the Lancaster on the BBMF at the moment. Yeah, the gyro trip. Yeah, it was great, Nico. And I think the best part was me doing the circuit. It was literally, correct me if Kip, if you're on this on this forum at the moment, I think it was about maybe 10 foot from the runway before he grabbed control, and that was, honestly, I was sweating afterwards, but it was really good. Yeah, we want to get a vegan pilot again, and we'll be talking with Miko hopefully in the next month or so, and hopefully we were going to try and organize that, or because he has a few contacts to help me. That'll be great. I want the vegan to, with the Draken, which would be great, and then it'll be the Gripen to complete the set, as it were. I'm not sure who that is. No, don't know. I mean, would you guys be interested in the older, the older pilots, like the World War II guys? I know there's not many left at the moment, but the Spitfire guys, the Hurricane guys, that flew in the war, Battle of Britain, etc. But I don't get many emails on that. It's more the fast jets I get emails on, like daily, saying, can you interview this guy, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just wondering if you would be interested in that. God, yes. Okay. Yeah, that'd be... I mean, I do want to get some, their like stories documented before they all go. It's just a case of how I get them and who I go through. So hopefully I need to start looking into that, because my focus is on more Cold War jets up, like 1950s up. Older pilots will be ace. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, the Sabre would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be good. I don't know how many nations flew the Sabre. Can anyone tell me? Or Radon, can you tell me? Yeah, hunting guys. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm interviewing a guy called Chris Heames and also a guy called Dennis Brooks. They both flew Lightnings and I believe Hunters. I'm in a guy called Chris Cannon, who's from Simply Planes. We've organised a day where we can both interview them. So hopefully that's going to be in October. We're going to film at Newark, and is there a Hunter there? I know there's a Lightning there. Not sure if there's a Hunter, but we're going to film both stories at once, so I get 2 interviews at once. So I'm just thinking of what interviews I can kind of do. Do I want a Lightning interview with one and a Hunter interview with the other? Because these guys were, right in the days when they were kind of fighter jets, frontline jets. So I I think I'm gonna have to choose. I'll let you guys choose because I'm going to put it up on YouTube on the community, and you can decide which guy I interview on which type, because they both flew both and they both had a great career. So it'll be interesting for that one, working with someone else as well. Yeah, Lanson. Yeah, Lanson would be cool. And the big impact, he's also trained. That's an odd profession to go into after that, but that's cool. Canadian P51 Mustang. Yeah. Yeah, the Mustang would be cool. I mean, I don't know how many are in the UK. I know there's a lot of Spitfires and Hurricanes, but I'm not too sure about P51s. By the way, love your work. Oh, thanks, Smith Wesson, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, so we've got a lot coming up, and I'm trying to also get the charity T-shirt sent off to a few guys in America that we've interviewed. So John Glassman, Hooter, and Marcus Hara to sign the charity T-shirt. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll go and get it just in case some of you guys haven't seen it. So this is a charity T-shirt. So every time I get it, I go to an interview, I get it signed. So I'm sending that away to America, to our American guests, to get it signed. And then hopefully by the end of the year, once we've done all our interviews, it'll be quite full, and we're going to auction it off for charity. I'm not sure what charity I'm going for yet, but yeah, it'll look great in someone's wall, you know, framed with all the interviews, all the people I've interviewed. There's some great names on there, so hopefully one of you will be interested in that, and it'll be a good little Christmas gift to yourself, I suppose. No AC 130 crew. I've not really come across that before. Anyone interested in the chief test pilot from Boscombe Down? Yes. Do you know him, Paul? Sorry, guys, I'm just reading an email as I go. Sorry, so this is rude of me. Sorry. Sorry, guys, I'm being so rude here. Just like going through emails when I should be focusing on you guys. So yeah. So what interview did you enjoy the most recently? Obviously we put up Ari's on the Draken, Yerke's on the MiG-21, Kip's on the gyrocopter, and Sunday, we had Phil Granfield. So which interview have you enjoyed the most since from them four? Just interested to know. It'd be great to get some feedback, see what you guys think. I also got this ridiculous thing for my mic. I bought it on eBay stupidly, like a mic cover, and it's literally like the size of the mic. It is ridiculous. That's what you get from eBay when you buy a mic cover for $1.99. Just a little slide note there. Kip, Yerkinari, yeah. Fins were great, yeah. The Finnish ones are doing really well actually in terms of views, and it always seems to be the case when we go abroad. We went to Germany. We interviewed Arnold. Did pretty well, I would say. And then it was obviously Robert Heil on the MiG-29 that did really well, and the two Finnish ones did really well. So maybe there's something in that. We need to go for the more obscure aircraft or air forces. Yeah, Swedish pilot would be really great. But yeah, I also have to say, bloody hell, Finland is expensive. It's really expensive, but well worth it. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see much of Finland. MiG-21, the Draken. Yeah, it was a really good comparison. And also, I was interested what Jyrki said on the MiG-21 F-13 and the MiG-21 BIS. That was very interesting. It was, yeah, I didn't, before I came to Finland, I didn't know the differences between the MiG-21. I just thought it was a MiG-21. When I saw the BIS, I just thought that was a standard one. But talking to Jyrki, obviously not. More, yeah, general aviation. Yeah, I think that needs to be, yeah, more on the channel, but it's how I do that. I mean, what kind of general aviation interviews would you like to see? I mean, would you like to see an interview with a Cessna pilot, or would it be someone famous or something like that? I'm not really sure where to start with it because it's not really my, you know, my forte. Yeah, ground crew. I want to do more ground crew, definitely. I think ground crew are very important, and they definitely deserve more credit than they do. So that could be in the works as well. Hi, Tony. Yes, yeah. Glad you liked it. Yeah, ferry pilot would be interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah. What was it? Who was it? I can't remember now. Someone's messaged me about yeah, ferry pilot, a general aviation ferry pilot. I'll remember his name anyway. But yes, that would be interesting. I think that would be a good topic for the channel, and obviously involve a lot more aviation nerds or avgeeks. John Hutchinson. Yeah, we're getting more John. He's coming up on the 16th there, Tony. So that'll be on the 747. And yeah, good guy. Lancer, yeah. I mean, ideally for me, I would love to get a MiG-23 or MiG-27 pilot interview. I think that would be great. And I could possibly do a Skype interview with, I think it's, what did you fly? MiG-27 from the Indian Air Force. I'm just trying to, because I always get mixed up with the 23 and 27, the bomber, so the 27. And yeah, that could be in the works. I'm talking to someone at the moment, but again, that's not official or anything. It's just, you know, chat and hearsay. Like when you find a pilot who flew both Western. Yeah, I mean, that's really interesting. Again, like Robert Heil, like flew the Phantom and the MiG-29, and I mean, that was great. That was really interesting. The comparison to both, and obviously all the Western guys wanted to come over and fight the MiG. And I was surprised how well the MiG did actually, you know, compared to Western technology, but very interesting. I was able to find. Yeah, I'm sure, Miko, you can probably find it out there somewhere. I'm not going to say where you can find it because it might be illegal, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Oh, and also I've got, let me see. Give us 2 seconds, guys. Right. When I interviewed Paddy, I got him to sign this Spitfire book because he flew the Spitfire for 4 years on the BBMF. And I got him to sign it. You probably see, can you see there? I don't know. Well, he signed it. And that's going to be a giveaway for his interview on the 14th of October. So stay tuned for that one. That'll be a nice little present for you guys, whoever wins. And yeah, let's see. And we're also 300 subscribers away from 10,000, which is, Yeah, which is amazing, and I can't believe we're that close. And we're going to do a big giveaway as soon as we hit 10,000 subscribers. We're going to do a big giveaway, just to say thank you for all you followers, and supporting us through the the last few years. And yeah, it should be interesting. 10,000, I think, should help us in terms of growing our channel. Hopefully, get some more support in terms of sponsors, because obviously we need money to keep this going. And I want to say a big thanks to our patrons as well, because they really do help this channel to go. Because obviously going to Finland and going to Germany and even traveling down, down the UK, it costs money. And our patrons and people who donate, very much appreciated, and help the channel to go. So at 10,000, yeah, we're going to do a big giveaway. I'm not sure. I can't pinpoint a date, but I'm going to hope, because we're 300 away, probably, let's say 2 weeks away. So probably mid-September-ish. And I'll put it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I don't know if you follow any of them media sites, but they'll be all going there. What else? How long will I be streaming for? I'm not sure. It depends how long you guys want me to chat, because obviously I'm not very interesting compared to the fighter pilots. So it's up to you guys how long you want me to stay. If you want me to stay longer, just let me know. If you want me to wrap up, let me know, just in the comments, or if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer, because my girlfriend's away, and I'm up tonight because I'm sorting all my files out. I've got so much to sort out and rearrange and stuff like that. Yeah. My email's aircrewinterview@gmail.com if you want to send any information over. Lined up: John Hutchinson, Mike Kander, and Paddy O'Flynn. That's who we've got lined up for the coming weeks, months, whatever you want to say. Israeli pilots, wow. That'll be very interesting indeed. Again, not sure how I could do that. To get their perspective, trying to find that comment. 17 fans. I'm not sure where that is. Not sure. Oh, I forgot to tell you as well. We're going to get Phil Filthy Granfield on as a Q&A. I asked him at the end of the interview if he wants to be on for a live Q&A with you guys, and he said yes. So I'm going to try and organize it for next week, which will be, let's see, what's the date today? 3rd. Diary up. So I'm going to aim for, if he's free, obviously, and this is Filthy, 11th, 12th, or 13th of this month. We'll do a 1-hour Q&A with him, because he's got some great stories, and he's flown a lot of aircraft, and yeah, because we need it. I think we do need a Q&A, pretty soon. I know being lax. I was supposed to get one with Jello, but our timetables has clashed, and he's got his fighter pilot podcast going on at the moment, and obviously his work, I think, as an airline pilot. So we're both busy, so our timetables don't always work, but we'll get Jello back on when we can, because he's always a great, he's a great guy. We like Jello. But yeah, have you guys got any, let's say, aviation podcasts to recommend to me, or any channels? Because I'm looking for something a bit new. I'm sticking to the same 3 or 4 each month. So anything new would be highly recommended. What you highly recommend would be much appreciated. Okay, that's interesting. Yes. I mean, the Grippins have always fascinated me. I don't know how well they compare to the Typhoon and the Rafale, but that'd be very interesting to see, how each one compares. Yeah, the LSO thing really fascinated me, Miko. It was like, I think he said it was his best tour of his career or something like that. After we spoke, he said he really enjoyed it, and yeah, I didn't think it was the kind of the thing that Navy guys really wanted to do. I thought he just wanted to like fly, but yeah, he really enjoyed it. But yeah, the LSO thing could be an interesting thing, especially for maybe the Fighter Pilot podcast. That could be maybe a recommendation to him. Oh, cheers, Tony. I'll have to check them out. I've never heard of them on podcast. I've heard of the website, but not the podcast. 737. Try and find pilots in all folks' homes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that would work, but interesting. How about John Peters or John Nichols? I've emailed John Nichols. He said he knows the channel, he knows the people on it and stuff like that, but he's busy this year with his book, his new book, and all his sales and his work. So he said maybe one day, but it's not going to be this year, but potentially. Is good. Yeah, I like that channel. That's a good one. Yeah, especially for World. Yeah, that's definitely a good channel. It's really interesting, and I'm trying to think of anything I can recommend to you guys. There's a few channels that I watch. Airshow stuff. If you like, airshow videos, that's a really good site. Airshow stuff. And but for interviews and stuff like that, I find it quite hard to find anything that really intrigues me. Apart from, see if I can put it up. It's called. If you like my stuff, I'm sure you'll like this guy's stuff. Even though it's what they called, like a senior citizen kind of site. Right, let me see if you guys can see this in the comments. Right, so you can go. Right, where is this at? Hold on, guys, I'm just sorting this out. And right, here we go. Right, so check this site out, this YouTube channel. Quite good, I would say. There's a lot of F-14 guys, SR-71. They do a lot of lectures as well. I found them out after I started, so I wasn't nicking their idea just before anyone says that. So it's in the comments, and go and check them out. Really good. Right, let's see. Fun fact. Former GM chairman Bob Lutz is the oldest tactical jet pilot in the US still flying. Interesting. George Nolly might be a good person to interview. He does the Ready for Take. Yeah, I listened to that. That's one of my favorite podcasts. I think he's one of the 4 I do actually subscribe to. So yeah, that's good. Do people trying to keep old simulators alive? Yeah, it could work. Channel Max Afterburner. I mean, do people like you guys? Do you enjoy like the airshow stuff, or do you enjoy the interview stuff? I mean, or do you like a bit of both? Because I've had comments saying that we don't want to hear the pilots talk, we just want to watch the planes. And then other people say like we're more interested in the pilot stories. So what do you guys actually enjoy the most? Just out of interest, because I'm more interested in the pilot stories personally. Both, okay. Yeah. Yeah, same, Steve. I just think, I mean, I love going to air shows. I love seeing the jets fly, and it's great watching them live. But I watch a few air show videos. I do like it, but I like to hear like the pilot stories. I think it's great, and it's just really interesting to hear what they have to say about their flying experiences. Hence why I do this, really. Yeah, that's very true. Oh, Miko, what was that drink me and you had in that hotel? Because I was trying to tell my girlfriend about it and I couldn't remember the name of it. Sorry, this is a personal chat between me and Miko. When I went to Finland, we had a few drinks after the interview because he joined us, and I can't remember the name of the bloody drink because I was looking for it in our local supermarket. Airshow pilot interviews on their experience. Yes, I would love to do a series actually on that in terms of not about their career, just about their display flying. So there's one guy called Parky. He's called Anthony Park, and he flew the Tornado F3 in the display season for the RAF. I think in the mid '90s, late '90s, something like that, and also the Red Arrows. So I'd love to get him on the show just to chat about what it's like to fly on the display circuits, how you train, the logistics behind it, the planning, etc. So I want to do like a sort of air show mini series maybe next year, and hopefully that can come together quite nicely. But I've got a few pilots in mind, but again, that's in the future. Long drink, that's it, Miko. Yeah, that's the one. Couldn't find it anywhere. Where are you from? Teesside, Darlington. I'm from Durham. I'm from Durham, and which is the northeast of the United Kingdom. If anyone's from a different country from the UK. Yeah, Parky flew on the BBMF for a while, and he now flies the Spitfire. I think he takes people up on, sort of joy rides, the two-seat Spitfire. And I think, I'm not sure if he's still on the BBMF, but I think he might be, but I'm not too certain on that. Maybe on the F-35s. I've not spoken to any F-35 pilots. I've interviewed the test pilot who flew the X-35 JSF, who was the only RAF test pilot on the program, but not any F-35 pilots, no. I think at the moment it'll be almost impossible. Yeah, the Swedish Draken pilot. Again, like I tried about was it a year ago now, maybe? Something like that. And I wasn't allowed access, unfortunately. I don't know why, but I just wasn't. I like that. Yeah. They're when they get the designers on. I think Kurt Schroeder's on there as well when he flew the X-29. Obviously, I've interviewed him as well. And it was interesting to see, him up there talking about the X-29. That was interesting. And when they get the SR-71 guys up there, that's good. The walk around videos I find a bit weird because they're like holding a microphone like that. But still, I love that. I love that channel. I can't knock it really. Justin Paynes, yeah, he's actually Justin. He was, I think he went to Oxford and then he went to something like he did his master's in like at MIT or something like that. He's really smart bloke, and he actually works with Paul Kennard, the Chinook helicopter guy with 2XL. So they both know each other. Little interesting fact for you there. Yeah, the mini-series, I think that'll be an interesting thing to do. Again, it's just like, because I'm a one-man band, it's really hard to put together. If I had like a team, you know, of people around the country who could film for me, it'd be so much easier, you know, because I'd want to do like a, you know, like a three-part series and do it like different places and, you know, different aircraft to mix it up each time. But yeah, since it's just me, it's really hard to like try and organize everything. But hopefully in the future, we'll have someone working or helping me with filming and also logistics as well. Because I get a lot of emails every day, and it's hard to sometimes, you know, prioritize. Do I edit? Do I email? Do I focus on calls and stuff like that? But yeah. It seems to be working, and you guys are loving it. I drink too much coffee in the day, guys. I have my girlfriend bought me a new coffee machine. Sorry, this is getting off aviation. My girlfriend bought me a coffee machine where you put the pods in, and I only try and limit myself to 2 a day, and I've been having for the last couple of weeks 3 a day, which is pretty bad. So I'm trying to limit myself on them, and I've just poured myself a coffee, and it's, you know, nighttime for us. So hopefully my girlfriend won't see this because she'll get me in trouble. Who's your favorite interview so far? Oh, that's really difficult. If you're talking about, Tony, are you talking about actual person or venue or aircraft? Like, because it differs completely. Yeah, I should get an Aircrew coffee machine. That'd be great. I don't think my girlfriend would like that, but yeah, that'd be great. Maybe for Christmas. But if you can say the person to talk to, probably they're all great to talk to, honestly. But then, like, it's really difficult to put down. But I really enjoyed talking to Kit Morton on the Jaguar, Robert Heil on the MiG-29, and John Adair on the Sea King. Just these like great. Everyone's great guys, but I just like kind of got on with them guys, and I mean I get on with most of them, but like I really enjoyed them interviews. You know, I just felt quite relaxed. Nuclear bombers did have cooking stuff, maybe even a cock. Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah, get an old school thing from an old bomber. Yeah, John, I've heard of that guy before. I know who you're talking about. That'd be interesting. But there's a girl. Let me check on. I don't know if you guys have Instagram. Let me see. Like she intrigues me quite a lot. She's an F-16 pilot, and she seems. What's she called? Let's see. Viper. No, it's not coming up. But anyway, there's this girl on I follow on Instagram. I think she's part of the F-16 U.S. Air Force F-16 display, demo, and she looks like a really nice girl. So I would love to interview her. So I think having a female F-16 pilot will be great for the channel as well. Maybe get some more females and girls involved in aviation, and spread the word, because it seems to be just guys at the moment, or mainly guys. And I think it's not a Thunderbird. No, not a Thunderbird. She's just F-16C. I don't know what squadron she's from, but yeah, it'd be great to get some more girls on the channel and introduce them to aviation, because it's a worthwhile hobby, and obviously you guys know that. Right. What have we got? Don't know I missed anything. Sorry if I'm waffling on here, guys. I'm just kind of trying to look through your comments and stuff like that. If you see you've had enough, just tell me, because I'm happy to leave yous, leave yous be. Co-pilot of the F-106, Bruce Gordon. Bruce Gordon. Okay, I'll check that out, Brian. Check it out after work tonight. Thunderbird. I've also tried to get Mike Ling recently, and that's not happened. I'd love to get Mike Ling on the show. He's Red 3 at the moment, and I think he's been with the Red Arrows for 10 years. So I think, yeah, that'd be good. Freeballing is good. Yeah. Also known as waffling. Really interested to hear about the experience of the first batch of. Yeah, I was watching. What was I watching the other day? Something about the first women in aviation. It was a documentary, and it looked fascinating. And I would love to do something on that, or the first women fighter pilots. And I think I saw a post as well today. I think it was 10 women lined up with their helmets on the floor in front of a T-38, and it was I think it was 1977 or 1978. And yeah, it just looked great, like the first batch of women fighter pilots. And I think that's a topic on its own, rather than just John Smith on Tornado F3, blah blah blah. That'd be a great sort of documentary. Right, guys, let me see here. So, where's everyone from? I don't know. I'm guessing most of you are from the UK, but I would love to know where some of you guys are from. Nice one, John. Interesting fact. Hungary. Interesting. Sweden. Well, Swedish fans then. That's cool. Middlesbrough. Not far from me then, Tony. Sweden, Finland. San Fran. Okay, cool. North Wales. Nice. Oh, it's great to hear there's varied countries here. Yeah, I used to live in America for a while, and I was in Arizona, so I was near Luke Air Force Base, which was cool. Western NC. Oh, cool. So, I mean, yeah. So you guys are pretty cool, in terms of joining in this chat, and I really appreciate you coming. It's really great. Because obviously it's quite a lonely job in terms of what I do. So I go and interview people, but then most of the time I'm in this office editing away and planning things for the future and chatting to people. So it's nice to actually chat with you guys and know you enjoy our channel and see where you're from. Because the analytics are a bit weird on YouTube. They tell you certain places which I know are not true. So what did we get the other day? It was something like, what was it? It was something like North Afghanistan. And I was like, is that even a country? Afghanistan is, but it was like North Afghanistan. So it's great to see that you guys are, where you are from, around the world. Arizona. Yeah, that's true. It's not very cool, is it? When we went there, because obviously we're from England, and it was just awful. It was so hot, 120 degrees or something. Romania. Oh, cool. Romanians have, if I'm correct, they have MiG-29s, don't they? Romanian Air Force. I'm not sure what else they have. Maybe No, I think it's just MiG-29s. By the way. Cheers, Miko. Right, guys, we've been on for quite a while now, and I just want to say thank you very much for joining me. Sorry I waffled on for a bit. I just want to tell you what's coming up, and I'm glad you joined us, because it's always nice, again, to say, thank you in person, as it were. And what am I going to do tonight? So tonight I've got to organise all my files while the girlfriend's away. I've got to start editing John Hutchinson's interview, and I've got a little mini clip coming up on Thursday for our patrons. So if you want to be a patron, please head over to patreon.com/Aircrew Interview. And it really does help us to keep going. Or if you fancy giving a small donation, go to aircrewinterview.tv/donate. And literally every penny does help to, keep us going. And hopefully, we can get to some more exotic places. We might be able to get to Sweden or America or France. And, all this helps us get there via you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sign off and say thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure talking to you all. If I missed any of your questions, I apologize. I'm just flicking through. But it's been an absolute pleasure. And wherever you are in the world, Sweden, America, Romania, Finland, I want to say thank you very much for joining us. And we'll do this very soon. And enjoy your evening, afternoon, or morning. Cheers, guys.